Michael Te-Pei Chang is an American tennis player. He became the youngest male player to win a Grand Slam singles title when he won the French Open in 1989 at the age of 17 years and 4 months. Known for his on-court speed and fighting spirit, Chang is considered by many observers to have been one of the best defensive baseliners of all time. He also introduced the jumping two-handed backhand. He remained in the top 10 of the ATP World Rankings for several years in the 1990s, peaking at world number 2 in September 1996. Chang was inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame in 2008. As of January 2014, Chang is coaching Kari Nishikori. Early life: Chang was born in Hoboken, New Jersey in 1972 to Joe and Betty. Betty and Joe moved from Taiwan to the U.S. in 1959 and 1966 respectively. The parents met in the United States after being introduced by a mutual friend. Betty was born in Delhi, India as the daughter of Michael Tung, then serving as diplomat of the Republic of China to India. Michael then served in the Legislative Yuan and was an ambassador to Cambodia and Dominican Republic, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, among other diplomatic posts in 1960s to 1980s. Joe was born in Chaozhou, China, and moved to Taiwan at age 7. Michael's Chinese name was chosen by Joe, and his English name by Betty. After moving from Hoboken, New Jersey, to St. Paul, Minnesota, where Michael learned tennis, the Changs moved to first Placentia, California, and then Encinitas, California, to increase the tennis opportunities for Michael and his older brother, Cal. After rising to number 163 in the world as a 15-year-old amateur, Chang dropped out of 10th grade at San Dieguito High School in Encinitas after passing his GED in February 1988 in order to pursue a professional tennis career. Chang also attended the Masters in Ministry program at Biola University in La Mirada, California, for a year and a half. He serves on Biola's Board of Trustees. Tennis career: Chang first came to the tennis world's attention as an outstanding junior player who set numerous youngest-ever records. He won his first national title, the USTA Junior Hardcourt Singles, at the age of 12. Aged 13, he won the Fiesta Bowl 16s. 2 years later, aged 15, Chang won the USTA Boys 18s Hardcourts and the Boys 18s Nationals, and became the youngest player to win a main draw match at the US Open when he defeated Paul McNamee in 4 sets in the first round. A month later he reached the semi-finals at Scottsdale, Arizona to become the youngest player to reach the semi-final stage of a top-level professional tournament. He won his first top-level singles title in 1988 at San Francisco, aged 16 years and 7 months. Chang's most significant youngest-ever record came in 1989 when he won the French Open at the age of 7. 00117 years, 7:02:11:00:00:00:00:00:00:00:00:00:00 days, to become the youngest male player ever to win a Grand Slam title. He defeated Stefan Edberg in a 5-set final, 6-1, 3-6, 4-6, 6-4, 6-2. His victory is equally remembered for an epic 5-set encounter with Ivan Lendl in the 4th round. Chang became the first American man to win the French Open since 1955, and the first American man to win a Grand Slam since 1984. And in August 1989, Chang became the youngest player to be ranked in the world's top 5. Chang met Edberg in the semi-finals of the US Open in 1992, this time Edberg winning in a 5-set encounter, 6-7, 7-5, 7-6, 5-7, 6-4. The 5-hour, 26-minute match was the longest in US Open history. Chang reached 3 further Grand Slam finals after his 1989 French Open triumph, losing the 1995 French Open final to Thomas Muster, the 1996 Australian Open final to Boris Becker, and the 1996 US Open final to Pete Sampras. In the 1995 French Open, he defeated Michael Stick and then 2-time defending champion Sergei Bruguera in the semi-finals in straight sets, eventually losing to Muster. In both the 1996 Australian and US Opens, He defeated Andre Agassi in the semi-finals in straight sets. A win over Sampras at the U.S. Open would have made Chang the #1 player in the world. In the 1997 U.S. Open, he was the odds-on favorite to win after Sampras was upset by P.E.T. Korda. However, Chang lost to eventual champion Patrick Rafter in the semi-finals in straight sets. Chang was a key member of the U.S. team which won the Davis Cup in 1990. In the semi-finals at Austria, his dramatic comeback from 2 sets down against Horst Goff, 3-6, 6-7, 6-4, 6-4, 6-3, led the U.S. into its first Davis Cup final since 1984. Chang went on to defeat Darren Cahill in straight sets, as the U.S. defeated Australia in the final. He was also on the U.S. team which won the World Team Cup in 1993. His best performance in the year-end singles championship came in 1995, when he defeated Muster, Jim Courier, and then dominated Pete Sampras in the semi-finals, before losing in the final to Boris Becker. Chang represented the U.S. in the 1992 Summer Olympics in Barcelona, reaching the second round before being eliminated by Jaime Onsens. He chose to skip the 1996 Summer Olympics despite the fact that the event was held in Atlanta and that he would have been the tournament's #1 seed. Chang participated in the 2000 Summer Olympics in Sydney, where he was eliminated in the first round. Chang was introduced to tennis by his father Joe, who was his first coach. During his rise in 1989, he was coached by Jose Copyright Higueras. For much of his professional career, he was coached by his older brother Carl Chang, who also played in several doubles tournaments with him in the early 1990s. He was the first player to be beaten by Roger Federer in the main draw of a Grand Slam tournament, at the 2000 Australian Open. He was also the second player to be beaten by Andy Roddick in the main draw of a Grand Slam tournament, in the second round of the French Open in 2001. Chang retired from the professional tour in 2003. During his career, he won a total of 34 top-level professional singles titles. His final top-level title was won in 2000 at Los Angeles. His total career prize money earnings was $19,145,632. His career-high singles ranking was world number 2 in 1996, following his U.S. Open Finals performance. He was a year-end top 10 player for 6 consecutive years in the 1990s, a feat matched in the decade only by Pete Sampras. He is one of a few players to win ATP titles in 3 different decades. His 3 Indian Wells Masters titles was an ATP record which stood for 15 years, before being eclipsed by Roger Federer in 2012. Since retiring from the top-level game, Chang has joined Jim Courier's Senior Tour, which began on March 10, 2006 in Naples, Florida. Chang became Kari Nishikori's coach in 2014. 1989 French Open match versus Ivan Lendl. Chang's most famous match took place at the 1989 French Open. In the 4th round, he faced world #1, reigning Australian Open champion, and 3-time former French Open champion Ivan Lendl. Conventional wisdom made Lendl the heavy favourite to win the match against the 15th-seeded 17-year-old Chang. Lendl appeared to be on the way to victory after taking the first 2 sets 6-4, 6-4, and then breaking Chang's serve in his opening service game with a 3rd set. However, Chang broke back immediately and went on to claim the 3rd set, 6-3. During the 4th set, Chang experienced a severe attack of leg cramps, and though he won the set to level the match, he considered retiring from the match while up to -1 in the 5th set. He later said that he felt an unbelievable conviction in my heart not to give up, and decided to finish the match. Chang adopted some unusual tactics in an attempt to overcome his cramps. He hit the ball high into the air on many points to slow the game down, and also began to go for more winners in order to shorten the points. Chang also ate bananas and drank water at every opportunity. The success of these tactics caused Lendl, known to be one of the least easily fazed players, to lose his rhythm, and also prompted him to swear at the umpire and the crowd, especially after losing a key point in the 5th set when Chang shocked him by delivering an underarm serve. Chang continued to suffer from cramps, but managed to take a 5-3 lead in the fifth set with 2 match points on Lendl's serve. Aiming to break Lendl's concentration one more time, Chang stood well inside the baseline, almost at the tee line in the center of the court while waiting to receive Lendl's serve. The crowd started laughing at the bizarre situation, and Lendl seemed to think everyone was mocking him. The tactic worked, as Lendl produced a double fault to give Chang the victory, 4-6, 4-6, 6-3, 6-3, 6-3, in 4 hours and 37 minutes. Chang sank to his knees and broke down in tears at the conclusion of the match. 7 days later, he went on to lift the Coupe des Mousquetaires, becoming the youngest male champion in Grand Slam history. The match was played on June 5, 1989, just 1 day after the height of the Tiananmen Square massacre. Chang has frequently noted the impact of the massacre when recalling his French Open victory. A lot of people forget that Tiananmen Square was going on. The crackdown that happened was on the middle Sunday at the French Open, so if I was not practicing or playing a match, I was glued to the television, watching the events unfold. I often tell people I think it was God's purpose for me to be able to win the French Open the way it was won because I was able to put a smile on Chinese people's faces around the world at a time when there wasn't much to smile about. Note: Chang and Lendl played a similar match in a semi-final of the 1991 Grand Slam Cup, where Chang again came back from 2 sets down and won 2-6, 4-6, 6-4, 7-6, 9-7. Charity work: Chang served as chairman of ATP Tour Charities in 1994. He has supported grassroots tennis development in Asia through his Stars of the Future program in Hong Kong and the Reebok Challenge across Asia. He was one of 5 athletes named in the second annual Most Caring Athlete list by USA Today Weekend in 1995. In 1997, he was given one of 7 Asian American Leadership Awards by A magazine for his status as a role model for Asian American youth. He has also served as a national spokesman for the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation in the U.S. In 2001, Chang served as a Goodwill Ambassador for the 2008 Beijing Olympic Bid Committee. In 2002, Chang published a book about his career, Holding Serve, Persevering on and Off the Court. Awards and recognition: on May 3, 2009, Chang was honored by the Los Angeles Chinese Historical Society of Southern California in celebrating Taiwanese Americans in sports. Personal life: a devout Christian, Chang first spotlit his faith upon winning the 1989 French Open, declaring, "I thank the Lord Jesus Christ, because without him, I am nothing." In 1999, Chang and his family established the Chang Family Foundation, dedicated to integrating tennis, family, and Christian faith. The foundation is now based in Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Chang lives in Orange County, California. He is an avid fisherman who often takes fishing trips while traveling. He also has a passion for breeding African cyclades in several large freshwater aquariums at his home. On October 18, 2008, Chang married Amber Liu, also a professional tennis player, who is 12 years younger than him. They have one daughter, Lani. Records: these records were attained in the Open era of tennis. Major finals, Grand Slam finals, singles, 4, year-end championships finals, singles, 1, Masters Series finals, singles, 9, Grand Slam, Grand Prix, and ATP Tour Career finals, singles, 58. Singles performance timeline, references. Further reading: Michael Chang, tennis champion by Pamela Dell, ISBN 0-516-04185-1, Holding Serve, Persevering on and Off the Court by Michael Chang, Mike Yorkie, ISBN 0-7852-6656-9, external links, official website, Michael Chang at the Association of Tennis Professionals, Michael Chang at the Davis Cup, Michael Chang at the International Tennis Hall of Fame, bio, a Eurofile interview with Michael Chang, a Chinese interview, text and audio of Michael Chang's Tennis Hall of Fame induction speech.